welcome back to another amazing tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to create this cool Unroll banner CGI ad in Blender, which is going so viral nowadays and probably you have seen it somewhere. Our today's tutorial a bit advanced because we are adding a CGI character in it also, which looks so cool. And as many of you guys have been asking for the tutorials project source file for the better learning and practice purpose, so I decided to share this tutorials project source file, and in return of this all I want is your support, means to like this video, comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. Your response on this video will show me how much you value my resources and it will motivate me to continue creating and sharing amazing content with you. Let's grow and learn together. Your support truly makes a difference. Without further ado, let's start our today's amazing tutorial. Okay guys, so I have opened the Blender. Now first we will convert our video into the image sequence for the better workflow in Blender. So go into the plus, video editing, add, movie, select the location where you are saving the video file, select video, make sure to tick all these options, add movie strip, to view in frames, use time code and it will show your frames, and our last frame is 322, so set it up here 322 and set up the output location, and after this just go into the render animation and it will start exporting your image sequence. So now I'm just going to create a new file, Control N, new general, don't save. Now I will go into the plus, VFX, motion tracking, open the location where I saved the image sequence, select the first frame 001, press A to select all the frames, open clip and it will load your image sequence, set scene frames, prefetch and it will load your image sequence into the memory like this. Now go into the last frame, go into the render, color management, look, very high contrast, and this will help us in our tracking and detect features. And now track backward this, and as you know, the easiest way to get rid of solver errors, select this maximum projection error trackers and X to delete all the trackers. And now just check it here, delete this also, select and keep deleting like this. Now our tracks are looking very cool. Now go into the solve, focal length, optical center, radial distortion, solve camera action, and you can see, and we got very nice solve error 012, and it's mean we are good to go. Now let's set up our scene, set as background, set up tracking scene, select this tracker, set to region and turn it off to the none like it was before. And now just go into the layout and start building our scene. So camera view, select the camera, data, background image, opacity, and bring up the timeline by shift F12 and plate, and you can see we got very good tracking results. Stop it, and now let's create a new scene here like this, and D, hide these things because we will just see our results here like details of our scene, and like this. Don't forget to save your Blender file. So now let's set up our camera orientation. So for this, as you know, create an empty, scale it, delete this light, just scale it and assume it as your panel dimensions and move it here like this. Control A, all transforms, and now simply select the camera, cube, and at last empty. Control P to set the parent object, and now we will go into the camera view. Now press R and press axes like the Y, Z, X to rotate your view like this. You can see it here. You can scale it more like S and X to scale it. I think this is looking good to me. Control spacebar, exit to the full view. So now here we will delete this cube and I will select this plane, go into the edit mode, edge mode, select the edge, shift D, duplicate, P, separate selection, convert to curve, increase the depth, and I'm just going to create this shape and you can scale its size like this. Shade smooth, and over this part is also completed. Guys, I just forgot one important thing. Make sure you don't miss this. Let me show you the axis, and you can see our z direction is here because we have to run the simulation for the cloth, and this all depends on the physical axes, and things fall from the upside to the downside, and we have our plane facing the left side, so we have to correct this, and we have to make the cloth look like it's falling from the upside to the downside. So I will simply go into the transform point to the 3D cursor, select the empty plane side view like this, and I will simply rotate it like this, and we are done, and it will not impact on our tracking. Okay guys, so let's unroll our banner. So for this I will use an curve object, shift A, curve spirals, median, and if you don't see this curves, you have to go into preference, add-ons, and make sure to turn on extra curve objects, this one, and after this you will see this. And let me recreate this, shift A, curve spirals, median, line to the view, and now we will count 9 steps, and the radius growth will do it on this. Let's keep it here, and I will do the steps to the 16, the smooth workflow. Now I will rotate it like this, and I will make this object here like this. Okay, now I'll simply rotate it on this axis, this, and I will scale it down this. I will select the object. So guys, I'm thinking to make it more bigger, like here, select these vertices, bounding box center. Okay, so now I will control A, all transforms, subdivide it. So I will go with this. So guys, make sure to keep in mind that increasing the number of subdivides, it will impact on your system performance. So keep the numbers of subdivides reasonable, not go so much higher, or it will slow down your system. Now let's edit the modifier on it. Let's curve, select the spiral, and see which axis works for you. And before setting up the axis, make sure to apply the location and rotation. And if we 8, sorry, and you can see it's working fine. And like if we need it here like this, and you can scale down it more. Just keep your eye on here, like it's looking good, because in some tutorials this banner is looking so much bigger, and which gives the weird results because it's not look real. So I'm just keeping its size smaller, so it will give a realistic look, like a real banner rolled on it, not a really bigger banner which which is larger than the building. So it's give a really fake look. So that's why I'm keeping it simple and more realistic. Move it here, select over this object, also scale this. Let me select both objects, curve and spiral, new collection, name it cloth, and move it here, because on this part our cloth will be hanging. Attaching it with this object by simply placing with this. To view the cloth object easily, simply add a solidify modifier and increase the direction like this. Okay, and you can also add the subdivision surface modifier to make it smooth, and we will use it after the cloth baking. Okay, and for this also, but let's first setting up here. And now we have to add the pin groups to make the cloth hanging. And to check the vertices, simply check this. Our side is okay, so it's mean we have to apply the pin groups on the side. Data, vertex, assign. Now let's add the cloth physics. Cloth. And guys, this settings really depends on your scene, scale, and your system performance. So just try with lower values. I will put my values on this. Shape, pin group, collisions, select collision, friction 220. Now we play it. Make sure to keep saving file, and we play it here. It's working really nice. And to solve this object, make sure to move out from this object like the background to the cloth, and it will fix this issue. And you can get its depth size this. And plus I'm thinking to just scale it up more from the bottom side. So for this I will go here. Good to me. You can play with the settings if you want to get more results. So I will go with this, and after going there, let's add a texture on this. So shade editor, add a material, and I'm going to use my this texture, this, and we're going to the material view. Let's unwrap it, and let's bring up the UV editor. Go into edit mode, rotate the UVs, and scale to match with the image texture, this. And see, okay, so I have used my old texture. I want to use this, so I will just delete this, and I will use this texture. Okay, so after this, metallicness, yes, if you want to get shiny results like this, let's keep it default like this, and let's add this roll, add a new material, select the material color like this, and we are good to go. And we will bring up the timeline here, and we see, and you can see this is looking very good. And now you can add those modifiers enable on it to give it a thickness like this, and we lower down the scale. Oh sorry, move it down here and make it here like this, and you can enable the subdivision, and it will give you more results like this. Now let's do the lighting setup. So for here I will go the shade editor. Here we have to set up the HRI, and I'm going to use this HRI. You can simply download it. I will put the link in description, but I am going to use this same HRI but from the Polyheaven add-on. So I already have all these HRIs. I will simply just name it and put it here. And if I'm going to the world, and you can see I have set it up here successfully. So I will go into the film, transparent. If you don't see the objects in the rendered, make sure to shadow catcher, disable the tick marks, and you're good to go. And you will see now the resolution is, and you can see it's matching with our lighting. Set this object color also, and now let's do the final setting. Keep saving your Blender file. Now let's create a shadow catcher object to get the shadows of banner onto the building. So go into the last frame, or you can play with the first frame also, but I will go into the last frame, and here I will create a new plane. Okay, this is the view, merge at center, and here I will just create a building shape like this. Place it on here, select the vertices, M, merge at center, and now you have to just add a vertex here, this. So select all the vertices, F3, and fill. Okay, and now let's go out of the full screen, move it a little backward like this, and move it. And now if we turn on the shadow catcher, and you will see we are getting shadows. And if you want to get more good shadows, you can add a light, sun, and the reflection. Now we are getting more good shadows like this, and softness to the shadows on these angles like this. Let's see, it's now hard and now it's soft like this. And you can load down its opacity to don't get enough shadow from this light, and you can increase this light like this. Just play with the settings to get more accurate light. And guys, this is really looking good to me. Hope you like it. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up to the video and comment, and also subscribe my channel. So here is a cool part. If you want to add a character like this, which I have show you in the starting, so you can do this to make it more cool. For this you have to go into the mixamo.com and log in here with your Gmail account, and after signing in you will see this interface. From here you have to go to the characters, and from here you can select any character. Like in my thumbnail I have used this. Select the character which you like, and after this go into the animations, select the animation like thumb, and I will select this thumbs up animation. After selecting the animation, simply click on the download button with skin and download it. And after downloading the animation, let's import it into our scene. So file, import, FBX, select the file where you have downloaded it, select the FBX and import, and it will import your character. After this, create a empty, scale it like this, and select the armature and select the empty, set the parent object, and it will parent the character to the empty. And after this we have to set it up here like this, and you can see red roughness, and this is fine. And now you just have to set it up here like this. Let's play the animation a bit later. And to fix this issue, I'll go to the camera view. I will duplicate vertices from this and bring up here, and let's create a block-out shape like this. Merge it center, press F to fill the shape, and you can see we have fixed this issue also. And if we play it here, this, and let's bring up to the front side on this, we are good to go. This side will not show up. And if you want to adjust the timing of the animation, you can simply select the armature like this bone object and press A, select all the keyframes and move it here like the front and back, and this will start the animation from this side like this. And guys, on the render settings I will go with around 500 samples, and on the node section, as you know, I use optics because it is fast, so I will use optics and albedo, and I will disable motion blur because we don't need it. If you want to use it, you can use it. And after this, motion enables settings to the resolution 9020 1080 100 frame rate 30 fps, and set up the location here where you want to save the render sequence. After this, RGBA, color type 16, compression 0. And after this, and after setting all this, just go into the render animation, and it will start exporting your animation. And it will start exporting over VFX scene. And after setting up the location, we're all good to go. Oh, and if we just render out this frame, so let's see, and you can see this is looking really good. You can disable the character if you don't like it, but I just showed you how you can add the character into your videos. So this looks cool, and you can select the empty, rotate it. This is looking more good now. So simply keep saving your Blender file, and now you are good to render out the sequence. Just go into the render animation, and it will start exporting your final VFX sequence. Okay guys, we are done. The last thing, as you know, in my every tutorial I render the PNG sequence, but in this tutorial I am going to render the video directly. To render the video, just follow the same steps with me. And if you want to do the compositing, just render the PNG sequence, and after this just do the same steps which we repeat in previous tutorials, which are so easy and basic. I mean, you know the drill. After rendering the sequence, just import the both sequence into the After Effects or the DaVinci Resolve, which one you use, and do the final adjustment on the layers like the color adjustments, color grading, etc. You can check out my any previous tutorials for this. That's it. Okay guys, hope you like this tutorial. If yes, please make sure to like this video, subscribe my channel, comment what you like the most and what tutorial you want next. I will see you in the next tutorial. Until, stay creative, keep creating, take care.